about the planets of the solar system. So first we have Mercury. This planet is actually this planet is super duper small, and it's also the closest planet to the sun. However, it is also the fastest planet in the solar system, because apparently it rotates super fast around the sun, trust me. And there's also no life, like most planets. And next we have Venus. Venus is named after the goddess of love. And the looks of the planet may look like sure it's inviting, but the gas is just covering it up. And if you go down there, trust me, you'll never get back to Earth after that. On Venus, you can get choked up because there's no oxygen, there's just carbon dioxide. There's also lots of lava, and it's super hot. And there's also a very powerful pressure, so you'll be totally crushed. Trust me. So yeah, Venus is an angry goddess. But also another interesting fact is that even though Mercury is closer to the sun, Venus is actually more hotter. And also, Venus actually has winds that could have our life. More about that, look it up. And the next planet is the one that we know and love, Earth, our beautiful home. This is the only known planet to support life. There could be other planets with life though. And yeah, you know everything about Earth already, so let's just skip this one. Okay, so next is Mars, the last terrestrial planet. So yeah, a lot of brights, even smaller than the Earth, but still bigger than Mercury. Mars is totally not a good, just like Venus, it's not a good idea to live on Mars either. First of all, Mars has storms that are bigger than the ones that we have here on Earth. And yeah, however, people call it the red planet that is dead. However, billions of years ago, there actually used to be life. There were rivers and possibly microscopic organisms similar to microbes that we usually have on our hands when we touch dirty stuff. Remember, always wash your hands after going back. And yeah, so for some reason, all the lakes disappeared and so did life. However, scientists suggest that there might be water underground of the Mars, and probably life too. We'll find out. Who knows what we'll discover in the future. Okay, so all the terrestrial planets are gone, and it's time to greet the gas giants. So the first one is Jupiter, the biggest planet in the solar system. Jupiter is completely made out of gas, so it's impossible to land there. Even if you try, you're just gonna sink into there and never ever hit a surface. Even its core is made out of gas. Trust me. And see that red spot? This is the world famous Great Red Spot, and it's actually a big storm. This storm is, by the way, this storm is the size of Earth, trust me. And it has more, and it's shrinking. And yeah, it's kind of sad since it's really iconic. Okay, fun fact. Jupiter also has, like all gas giants, Jupiter has rings, but it's just not visible all the time. Fun fact. Jupiter also has auroras up on the poles. However, unlike auroras that we have back at home, which are completely harmless, the auroras that are here are actually probably deadly too. Okay, and next we have.
This one is called a quartz cloud.
This is Saturn, Lord of the Rings. Well, those guys are all Lord of the Rings too, just not those guys that we talked about earlier.
All the planets.
And yeah, just like Jupiter, Saturn is made out of gas. And no, not the gas that you pass. And yeah. And yeah, its rings are made out of ice. No, not the ice that we use for drinking, trust me. And yeah, the ice for drinking are those ice cubes that we put into water and many other drinks. Oh my god, let's get to it. Oh my god, I'm so off topic. Okay. So yeah, fun fact, Saturn has a lot of moons, and one of those moons could be our next home, Titan. We'll talk about Titan more in another video. Okay, so the second last planet is Uranus. It's not made out of uranium, trust me. And I'm off topic again, oh my god. Okay, so Uranus is a very interesting one. Of course, as usual, it has a ring, but the unusual thing is that Uranus is totally sideways, trust me. And of course, it's made gas like all the gas giants. And the last but not least, but it's definitely not worth to live there, is Neptune. Neptune, named after the god of the ocean, is the coldest planet in the solar system and also the furthest. And of course, it's made out of gas. And it has a black spot on it, which is a storm, and it probably has a ring too. And now, guys, you might be wondering if Pluto is a planet. Well, actually, it's not. It's a dwarf planet. Pluto is about the size of Mercury. However, it's only slightly smaller, so it's totally a dwarf planet, not an actual planet. However, scientists suggest that there is actually another planet way out there, like way out in the unknown of the solar system. It's very close to the end of the Oort cloud, and scientists are still trying to find it out. And like I said before about Mars, who knows what we'll discover in the future? Okay, so that's all the planets in the solar system right now. P.S. Oh, by the way, Pluto is actually going to get bigger in the future, but before it does, it will remain a dwarf planet. Okay, so that's all for today. P.S. I will talk about Titan later in another video. Okay, bye.